What's he doing?
2 seconds later.
Oh my god! Ah!
Looks like we're talking about the Scorcher today. So here's the thing about the Scorcher. He is a trained assassin and is one of the most dangerous assassins that we currently know of. The guy is easily hired online and takes any job that is actually offered to him, and the moment that you order him, he will approach you within seconds. And this is a weird ability of his. He has the ability to basically be summoned anywhere. The moment that you show desire for his services, he will show up in a matter of seconds offering you a contract, in which he will basically have you sign the 2 people you want dead. And once you sign that contract, that's it. The deal is done. And now he's not going to stop until they're dead. Even if you decide later down the line that you don't want them dead, he'll just keep pursuing them because Relentless is on his profile for a reason. Now, part of what makes him so dangerous is that whenever you sign someone's name on the contract, one thing that remains pretty clear is that he knows their location at all times. We know this because when the Ice King ended up hiring Scorcher, he ended up signing the contract but didn't give him any information of how and where they lived, and he was able to still hunt them down within the matter of seconds. Now, Scorcher takes his job incredibly seriously, like way more seriously than you could possibly ever imagine, because here's the thing, he does like the money, but he does not do it exclusively for the money and will continuously hunt down a target forever until they die. For example, when Ice King asked him to just not kill Finn and Jake and even offered to pay him double in exchange for this, he burnt the cash in front of Ice King. This shows that once you pick a target and then sign the contract, he has to kill them, or he just really likes killing. Considering that he will take on any job imaginable, I'm going to assume that it's the latter.
I will kill anyone, anywhere. Children, animals, old people, doesn't matter. I just love killing.
Interestingly enough, he is actually incredibly patient with those who employ him. Even if they actively thwart his plans to kill them, he will just continuously try to kill them anyway, regardless of what they try to do, and won't even reprimand the individual who stopped him from killing them in the first place. It's possible that he's just like this just because he knows that if he does kill them, he won't get paid, but at the same time, it's still a little surprising that he didn't even say anything, and also it's quite possible he may lack the ability to say anything, period, because we've never seen him talk. Additionally, he has a very strange reaction whenever he comes across criticism because he actually will change his strategy depending on how the person who hired him reacts. A good example of this is when Ice King was complaining how he wanted them to hit them instead of burn them alive, and he actually did change his strategy, choosing instead to transform into smoke in order to pretty much asphyxiate them, making them suffocate on his own fumes. But regardless, one thing that remains a constant is the fact that he is easily one of the most dangerous individuals that we have come into contact with, being able to easily overpower people like Ice King as well as Finn and Jake. So we've given a basic idea of who he is, what he does, and how he does it, but let's actually go in depth in terms of his abilities and how exactly he goes about assassination. But before we talk about that, I first gotta talk about our sponsor today, Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is basically software that allows you to browse online safely without worrying about hackers by it encrypting your data and changing your IP address at a whim. And since this is the case, you can actively change your region in order to gain access to all that juicy content that's not available where you are. A good example that goes directly for me would be the fact that I have to watch Adventure Time in order to make these videos. However, after the recent downfall of a certain site, I have to basically go over to Netflix as well as other streaming sites, but what do you know, most streaming sites don't actually have Adventure Time in my particular region. However, thanks to Atlas VPN, I can actively change my IP address in order to basically watch all of these various shows, both on Netflix, Hulu, as well as any other streaming site that I just so happen to be utilizing at this exact time. Not only that, but on a premium account, you can link as many devices as you want in order to pretty much protect every single device that you currently have. So you're left with a VPN that costs pennies on the dollar, continuously protects all of your devices because you can connect as many as possible, also possesses the ability to completely limit malware as well as ads, all while saving you money in pretty much every single turn. So if you like your privacy and also want to get access to some of these really good deals, be sure to go to my link down in the description as well as the comment section. With all that security talk out the way, let's get right back into the video. Now, his abilities are interesting, to say the very least, considering that he has actively shown the ability to pretty much manipulate flames in pretty much any way that he desires in incredible fashion. He's able to make his flames burn hot enough as well as condense them enough in order for them to work as a functional blade, also while dodging lasers incredibly easily and one-shotting a weaponized laser android. In his own profile, he even details himself as quiet, relentless, and quick, which is absolutely true because the way he assassinates people is entirely dependent on how exactly he's ordered to, but typically he chooses the quickest and easiest way to do it, either burning them alive or suffocating them or splitting them in two. Now, his patience is absolutely limited, however, considering after Ice King betrayed him and tried to save Finn and Jake one more time, he completely ditched the stealth aspect and just went in guns blazing trying to kill them in one go. And honestly, he would have been completely successful if Ice King had not joined in, simply due to the fact that his combat style is directly opposed to anything Finn and Jake has. Due to the fact that he can turn intangible, he's pretty much absolutely unstoppable against melee-based fighters, aka Finn and and Jake, and considering that he possesses enough firepower to incinerate them in one go, it's definitely easy to say he would have won. However, Ice King would end up saving Finn and Jake by pretty much pretending to kill them by freezing them, resulting in their pulse basically being gone, and them pretty much being seconds away from death. However, even after Ice King pulled out the theatrics, he still went out of his way to make sure that Finn was dead, and after confirming as such, that is the only time he finally left, and left with a parting message at that. With the message specifically saying that the echoes of past events nudge the tiller on my present course, I await its reflection in the future, which can ultimately be taken in a lot of different ways, but I'm pretty sure this is just a review form. Regardless, this is not actually the end. We end up seeing him again later down the line near the series finale. During the Gum War, Scorcher is actually seen within the background along with his fellow compadres, being the Green Knight, Bandit Princess, Samantha, Peacemaster, Meow, as well as various other individuals, and it's clear that Gumbald most likely hired him for the war. Now, it's pretty obvious that he has no real loyalties here and he's just doing it for a job, but it's pretty cool to see him. However, the funny thing is that when Gulb appears later down the line, he just flat out leaves. Now, this is actually rather important because it basically brings up a lot of interesting aspects of his character, one of which is that he is fully aware of the limits of his own abilities and knows when to bail. Secondly, considering that he decided to bail the moment that thing popped up, it's possible that he knows what Gulb is, or at least has a basic understanding of it, which makes sense considering there are books on the guy, but at the same time, the idea that he has any kind of experience with him is pretty interesting to say the least. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'm a little surprised just how much information is on this guy, considering that, again, he only has around 10 minutes of screen time at maximum and really doesn't really appear at all. So it's actually pretty cool how much detail they put into these minor characters. And thanks Atlas VPN again for sponsoring the video. It definitely helps a lot, and if you guys are interested in Atlas VPN, the links will be down in the description as well as the comment section. Thanks to all my patrons on the Patreon. We got Daniel Terp, Going to La La Land, the Mnemonic Sailor, Christopher Alver, Jakaya Pippinger, Jake, Christopher Robinson, as well as a couple new ones. We got Trolley Unicorn, Abdulaziz Almazroa, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, along with Lindsay, as well as Hero Brian. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. And if you want to become a patron, be sure to go over to the link down in the description below, as well as over here near the cards or at the end screen. There's plenty of benefits for joining, such as being the first individuals to ever see any video that I make, also getting early access to things such as audios, as well as basic ideas that I wasn't able to finish, including lost videos that YouTube continuously copyrights into the ground. And the middle and high tier basically get access to various features that allow them to pretty much decide new cartoons as well as video topics for the newer videos. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to go down to the Patreon. Anyway, I won't keep you, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.